without further delay, I'm going to invite Major Collin Millington to address us. We are a bit pressed for time, as you can see. Been attempting to keep as close to our schedule as possible, but we want to have at least 10 minutes for question and answer. So Major Millington will present, and then we'll get right into our discussions. Hope we perhaps can grab a 2 or 3 minutes going into our break, but let's just try to be as expeditious as we can. Thank you.
Right. Now that we have worked out the technology. Good morning. My name is Major Millington. I am the director of the Regional Intelligence Fusion Center. And much people will not know about the Fusion Center, but it was part of the security mechanism that was in place as part of the security arrangements for the Cricket World Cup in 2007. Based on its performance during that period and the successes, we were mandated by the CARICOM heads, and we were established as a sub-agency of CARICOM IMPACS, which forms part of the crime and security management framework that was in place subsequent to the Cricket World Cup. My comments this morning are being brought to you on behalf of Dr. Edward Green, from the Secretariat, and from CARICOM IMPACS. And just so that I can put it into context, just to give you an idea of the regional landscape, and as Dr. Deosaran and a couple of the other speakers highlighted, I just want to reiterate by saying that our environment in the region is characterized by significant porous borders. Last check, we had approximately 9,700 miles of it. And we continue to be negatively impacted by inadequate liaison with international partners, law enforcement, of course, numerous gaps, limited capabilities, weakened and vulnerable criminal justice system, and legislative challenges, particularly anti-terrorism, cybersecurity laws. Based on this limited law enforcement and this landscape, we see these as the main threats that continue to impact the region. And you see narcotics trafficking, as was highlighted earlier, arms trafficking, violent and organized crime, public health issues, irregular migration, terrorism, cybercrime, and the impact of criminal deportees. And quite a number of the previous speakers highlighted issues associated with a number of these threats. But from an implementation agency standpoint, these are what we see the threats are to the region. What are the menu of interventions that have been mandated by the CARICOM and CARICOM heads? And building on the mechanisms that were in place for the Cricket World Cup, we had installed at that time the Advanced Passenger Information System. And the Advanced Passenger Information System is paired with a watch list system that seeks to identify persons of interest coming into the region. So based on the system that was in place during the period of Cricket World Cup and the successes during the period of Cricket World Cup, and just to highlight the successes, we were able to identify 1,148 persons of interest coming into the region that were stopped at the borders, that posed potential threat to the games during that period. And based on this impact and the fact that the mechanism worked, CARICOM heads again mandated that the mechanism continue to exist long after Cricket World Cup. And based on that, the Advanced Passenger Information System is in place across 10 nations, and it is currently being expanded to the remainder of nations within CARICOM to include the associate member states. We also look at the implementation of the Advanced Cargo Information System, and it is pretty much similar to the Advanced Passenger Information System, only it mandates vessels coming into the region to submit ahead of time their manifest list for both the personnel and cargo, so that the appropriate screening can be done prior to them coming into the region. If it is detected based on that screening that the vessel or individuals on that vessel are persons of interest, or the cargo seems to fit a particular profile, that vessel is met at the border. So based on, again, the systems in place during the period of Cricket World Cup, this is another measure that is currently being upgraded to exist throughout member states in the region. I highlighted earlier the Regional Intelligence Fusion Center, for which I'm the director. The center really represents a coordination mechanism for intelligence within the region. And based on an assessment prior to the Cricket World Cup, it was recognized that member states individually were experiencing challenges with reference to intelligence, and that now we had to deal with an international event that saw 16 participating nations coming in. It was necessary at that time to establish a mechanism for the coordination of intelligence. And based on that and meetings with the international practitioners from the participating member states, we in place the Regional Intelligence Fusion Center. And the Fusion Center continues to exist today. It does coordination of intelligence. One of its tasks, and it continues to perform, is major event support. And it provided that support to Trinidad and Tobago during the recent 5th Summit of the Americas, and will provide that support later on this year during the period of the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting. Another measure in place as a measure to assist with the environment is the implementation of a CARICOM travel card system. And this system is really to facilitate the fast travel of CARICOM nationals throughout the region. But built into this system in itself is a background screening process, a similar process that was used during the period of Cricket World Cup, that ties into the Advanced Passenger Information System, a watch list system that highlights persons of interest. So in effect, what you have is an additional screening process for persons who want to get onto a trusted traveler regime. And really, it allows us to be able to do proper background screening on individuals coming into the region. And this mechanism, the Advanced Passenger Information System, the cargo system, are all supported by MOU that has been established with the Interpol that allows us to tie in to the global system. So persons that are highlighted on our watch list system includes the 16 million person database that Interpol has that allows us to screen internationals as well as regional persons coming in or traversing the region. In terms of other crime and prevention strategies, the heads mandated the development of a capability to increase surveillance in firearms. And as part of our mandate of the UN Convention on Small Arms and Light Weapons, we see ourselves continuing to develop the capacity. And currently, on the project manager's desk is a system called the Regional Regional Information Ballistic Information Network that allows crime weapons used throughout the region to be hosted on a central server so that comparisons can be done within member states throughout the region. And really what we're seeking to do is to be able to track weapons that are involved in crime throughout the region, to be able to track it from island to island if it does move from island to island.